Hello there, my fellow desert travelers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Icarus Elysium. Episode 12, Making It to Eden and Blasting Away Back Home. And it wants to be going sort of this way. So let's follow the markers. And keep an eye out for new seeds. So if there's any plant life that we haven't collected seeds for, now would be a good time to do collections. Also, to help out with my water and stamina, might as well eat some berries because I have stomach slots. I'm not even using them. Because the berries give me more stamina, which ain't bad. Unfortunately, like, I could barbecue carrots, but like carrots by themselves don't really add stomach slots. Like, they're not like a meal. It's like filler. So after, 90 seconds, they disappear. And here's the beacon. We just stumbled on it. So once we hit F, it tells us to find the next one, which is up ahead somewhere.
Okay, briefing time. Let's start with TPS, the People's Syndicate. They're an old world faction, formed around workers protesting conditions and pay. Unions, that sort of thing. Started out pretty harmless, but corporations and the UDA stamped down on them hard. There were deaths, which radicalized a handful of members. You've probably heard of the attacks they've claimed over the years. TPS was designated a terrorist organization, even though it was just mostly families trying to build better lives. More recently, the UDA had mostly wiped them out. Then now news of the Icarian genocide broke. Suddenly, TPS propaganda was being force-fed to everyone in orbit and back home. Earth had riots, attacks. Over our way, prospectors started to defect, banding together to steal exotics for themselves. It's hard to tell who identifies as what. Most of them aren't bad people. You've seen what it's like on Icarus. It's grueling. There's death around every corner. And we get cents on what makes the UDA billions. What am I doing working for them again? Don't lose your head, prospector.
Well, we're obviously in sand dunes. And, new zone, new problems. I can see the next beacon. It's literally right ahead. But, we're going to have to make sure to steer clear of any predators that would otherwise do us harm. Or kill them before they do us harm. So that is a Draven? Oh, I'm invisible. Which is, like a dromedary camel. Here we go.
I should probably tell you how I ended up here. After the discovery in Prometheus, Sol had all the evidence stored as collateral on a secure server. And of course, it didn't take long before someone at G15 tried to mess with the data. Long story short, it was rigged for this exact reason. Sent to virtually every public and private news vendor out there. Unfortunately, that caused some chaos. I mentioned the riots, yeah? Well, the UDA responded by shutting down the group entirely. They kicked off a massive inquest. Sol was rotated back Earthside to help with the investigation, at his request. Before he left, he got in contact. Managed to convince me to run this team. Do you really trust someone else to investigate? Yeah, he was right. I don't. Sol's got this way of always making you do the right thing. It's infuriating. Bless him. Stay safe, Prospector. You're making good time.
Okay, so I'm collecting some bananas as a meal, and then some coconut seeds so I can plant coconuts once I have my crop plant plots down. By cutting the tops of the trees, I occasionally get coconut seeds. So I'm just trying to get like a few coconut seeds to jumpstart growing wood in the desert once I move to the desert. But these coconut trees are... okay, we got 4 seeds. Cool. Alright, that's all I'm going to do here. I'm going to collect a few more bananas, the way rot works is it rots like the top of the stack. And here's sugarcane as well, which is, I don't need a lot of, but just a little sugarcane will help for me to start planting sugarcane as a new crop. Lily is another one I haven't seen yet. So we've got new foods here now that we're in the dunes. Yeah, so let's keep following the beacon. And the beacon says, go this way. Got it. And this water is a lot of limestone. If we want to make something out of limestone, that's useful to know. I'm going to leave the lithium. I don't really need it right now. And let's keep moving. Because I am losing daylight. And this is what the desert... I mean, yeah, there's some... We've got, if you see lakes here, or ponds, really. They're too small to really be considered lakes. But, point is, there's just not a lot of arable anything out this way. So, opportunities to get wood are pretty limited. There's like 7 trees here or something like that. Oh, and there is a raptor. A dune raptor. First raptor sighting. Hey, buddy. Down you go. And this is what I want to breed eventually. Now, raptors, much like all the other mounts, you kill the adults, you tame the juveniles. So adult raptors are just a threat to me. They're not a benefit to me. So if you're wondering, hey, aren't you supposed to be a raptor tamer? 1, I don't have a base yet. 2, I only tame juveniles, so the adults wouldn't be a benefit anyway. And leveling up. Okay, so there's obviously a dune raptor in the way. And you asked how easy it is to repair the gun. It's real easy. Repairing the gun is just 1 titanium. Oh, there's an elephant. Elephants are... Oh, here's another dune raptor. Let's reload quickly. I have enough gamey meat on me. Well, actually, I'll get a little bit more. Elephants are really good for their tusks for resin. Okay, following the thing. 46% this way. There's a scorpion. Let's avoid it. And desert or regular moas. I'm not trying to get into fights with everything. I'm just trying to get to where I'm going. Raptors happen to have like really large aggro radiuses. And they run real fast, so they're really hard to avoid. Whereas like scorpions and moa are way easier to avoid. Oh, and I'm losing my food buffs. There we go. And then drones are persistently annoying. So anytime I see a drone, I down it. God, I can't wait to get accuracy on this thing. I'm like lining up perfect shots and then missing because of gun inaccuracy. Alright, you're gonna be in my way. And I don't need any more meat, so I'm just gonna keep moving. Oh god, another raptor. Is that a raptor with a juvenile? Oh, it's a draven and a raptor. And another raptor? Oh my god. Can you just quit rapping me? when that scientist said what I would find on my way over, he shouldn't have said sand, he should have said raptor. So that's hyena and a sandhorn. Sandhorns are giant, super tanky, but pretty friendly. Pretty, oh god, oh god. Okay. Piss off! Oh, get tased, bruh. Alright, gun is very much breaking. I want to avoid as much unnecessary combat as possible. Beacon is this way. I'm also, like, nearly at my max carry capacity. Coconuts are an interesting crop because they get... You pick them and they're young, and then they ripen and mature. So they're better if you wait. Unlike most crops, which just decay if you wait. And here we go. Here's next beacon.
So, you're mostly up to speed at this point? What else? Ah, Eden. Right. When the investigation started Earthside, Elysium was constantly mentioned in Group 15 docs. The UDA found that interesting, on account of the whole sector being tagged as a black zone by G15. Naturally, there was a fair amount of interest about why they would keep an entire sector to themselves. So, the Icarus Inquisition was put together to investigate the activities here in Elysium. We needed a defensible forward operating base where we could guarantee a safe drop for squad mates and supplies. And that led to Eden. See you soon.
We're getting pretty close to Eden. We're east of Eden. Not sorry. Actually, we're more like northeast of Eden. But yeah, we're getting there. Says go this way. Alright. And you can see why I wanted, like, armor, upgrades, and a firearm, and, like, all that jazz entering the desert. Because, oh god, what's... Oh, Dribos. Alright, that's fine. Because, despite the fact that there's, like, no flora, there's hella fauna. You know, there's almost no plants, so I have no idea what these animals are eating, truly. But, oh, they're down to fight. And that's a problem, because, unless you... It would be really difficult to immediately settle in the desert, because, like, you're just surrounded by giant critters that want to kill you. And you would just have no reprieve. You'd spend all your time basically defending yourself. Now, if it was daytime, we would very soon be able to see Eden. But it's kind of nighttime, so you'll miss out on what it looks like. But I'm sure I will see it in the daytime in the future. Alright, so Corin are like antelopes. They're like faceless antelopes. And then sandhorns are these giant, like, crab monsters. But they are non-hostile. They're just super hard to kill. Because they're mega tanks. So, we don't have to be fearful of those as long as we don't aggro them. I'm about to run out of my berry buff. Maybe I cancel the berry buff for a ripe coconut buff? That'll work. Oh god, is there a raptor right here? No, it's a trapjaw. Yeah, okay. Trapjaws don't move very fast, but they're a pain in the ass. Because they're like desert crocodiles, so I want to avoid that too. And there's a satellite dish center screen. I know it's due to the light level and all that, it's kind of hard to see. But that's Eden right there. So we're almost there. And those are just boars. They're not... I mean, some of the creatures are unique to Elysium, like Draven or Raptors. And then some aren't, like boars and hyenas. So the boars and hyenas are typical Icarus creatures, which you can see in you can find in all the zones. You know, Olympus, Styx, etc. And then some are unique to Elysium, like the Raptors, the Sandhorns, the Corin, stuff like that. Here we are. Here's the beacon at Eden.
You made it. This is Eden. Home sweet home. Come and find me first. I'm upstairs. Welcome to the Icarus Inquisition.
Welcome to Eden. So find and talk to Mo. And she says she's upstairs. I already know where she is, but yeah. Hi, Mo.
Hey, Prospector. Great to see you in one piece. Welcome to Eden, home of the Icarus Inquisition. I know it's a lot to take in. When the UDA asked me to when Sol asked me to put together a team, I made sure that we had more than enough manpower. The data we've gathered so far is limited, but if the group managed to keep the Icarian genocide under wraps, then what else were they doing here? It's our job to find out. Go and introduce yourself to the rest of the team.
Alright, we've talked to Mo. And she wants us to talk to Victor, Theo, and Iris. So here is Theo.
So, you're the other prospector. Huh. You're shorter than I expected. I heard some wild stories about your time on Icarus. And listen, don't get too attached to anything. Or anyone here. The TPS bastards are everywhere. If you like something, chances are they'll steal it, shoot it, or blow it up. Don't worry, though. I've got your back. I'm always ready for anything out here. It never hurts to be too careful with enemies around every corner.
So that's Theo. Then Victor and Iris. So here's Iris.
Hi there, Prospector. Nice to meet you. I mean, properly, in person, of course. I'm Iris. Anyway, I still can't believe the group could do such a thing, and with my poor team helping them too. It's just awful. I can certainly understand why Mo decided to investigate it herself. She can never let things go. When I heard that she was still alive, goodness, it was such a huge shock. And then when she called me to join the team, well, I signed on the spot. But I must admit, I had forgotten how harsh it can be living away from Earth. You've got to be as tough as nails to make a living out here.
All right. There is a contact device here and a Eden orbital exchange interface. So if you want to do trading with space, you can do it here in Eden. You don't need to build your own, because building your own is very costly. All right, then we need to find Victor. That's Nev. This is Charles. And this is Victor.
Ah, hello, Prospector. Mo's told me a great deal about you. I look forward to working with you. I've worked odd jobs here and there, but never investigated a conspiracy before. First time for everything. I've heard you're fairly resourceful. Unfortunately, that's more than can be said for some who seek their fortune out here. We've already lost too many, just getting Eden up and running. Hopefully, we can complete this investigation without more bloodshed, on either side. But that seems unlikely.
All right, I've introduced myself to the members of TEI, the Icarus Inquisition, led by Mo. And if you're wondering what I'm doing here without my Tuskers, it's because I intend to take the next operation mission and only do part of it. So I'm going to start Relics.
Hi there, Prospector. I have a task for you. We've intercepted a message from TPS regarding a location that may be of interest to our investigation. They mentioned Group 15, so we better check it out ourselves. Though I should warn you, there will likely be TPS interference along the way. Alrighty then. I've been tinkering with an old radio I found in one of the crates out here. TPS are deliberately low tech when it comes to their comms. I must admit, it's rather clever. We couldn't figure out how they were communicating with each other for weeks. I managed to tune into their current frequency. They seem to rotate regularly, and I overheard a conversation about an old survey hut. We think it might have been used by Group 15. I don't have much to go on as to what they were using it for. That's up to you to find out. Theo has some equipment for you. Go talk to him first.
Okay. Theo has equipment for me.
Yeah, I'll take the next mission, but only if we get proper intel this time. Here you go. Try not to blow yourself up.
All right. So I have got explosives to open up a path, and this is a cave, little spoiler, that connects both to the Arctic and to the swamp that's over here. So the reason I picked up the Relics mission is I can blow up a cave to get access to my own Arctic zone. So rather than the Tuskers having to do this path into the desert, they do this path into the desert, which is a lot more tame and a lot more survivable, all things considered. So that's why I picked up the next mission. I don't actually intend to do the whole mission from start to finish. I'm just doing the blowing up the mountain pass section of it as a shortcut. And can I repair the pistol at that base? No. Eden does not have a fabricator as far as I know. But even if it did, I don't have a titanium ingot either, because that's the cost. So, nope. The pistol remains nearly broken. Should be fine, because I'm basically just running home at this point. And once I'm in the Arctic zone, there's not a lot in the Arctic zone that I won't be able to handle without with just a bow. And even then, like if a raptor jumps me, I could beat a raptor with just my spear if I need to. It's not that big of a deal. So I don't know if I'm going to hit the milestone of actually moving to the desert, but at the very least, here is the desert. Some native species here. We've got agave, we've got truffles, we've got tea. Tea is really useful. I'm going to get some tea right now. Tea is really useful because it will allow me to make... Oh, hello. It will allow me to make hot liquids, which help to counter the cold of the tundra or the nights of the desert. Meaning it might be useful for me to get a second thermos, so I can have a cold liquid and a hot liquid both on me at any given time, so I can switch between the two depending on the atmospheric conditions around me. And there's also prickly pear cactus fruit here in the desert. There's a bunch of food. There's just not a lot of fiber or wood. It's very fiber and wood low. So that's where it's scarce. As you can see, there's like no trees and almost nothing useful for fiber out here. But there's new recipes for both the prickly pear and the agave. I guess I will try to collect it, but I know I'm like at my weight capacity just about, so I'll have to be careful about what I actually physically carry, because I'm encumbered. Let's throw out some of the meat and sticks, and there we go. Not encumbered anymore by like an ounce. Any tips for the blue Arctic birds? Shotgun or pets are very effective against them. The Vespers, I'm assuming you mean? Oh, there's a Raptor. All right, here we go. Are you tracking me? Oh, it's a Draven. The Raptor's there. Alright, shortcut opened.
Well, my job here is done. Good luck, kid.
There will also likely be titanium in the shortcut. Not that I have any carry weight, but that's also very useful resources to know about as we move into the desert. And then this cave is a little confusing, but basically there's like elevation levels in the cave, and it's a little bit easier to traverse the cave with like a flashlight, which gives you directional light. I've been in here before, but trying to find the swamp from this cave, I'll show you where it is, because it's easy to miss. And I know this is a bit of a spoiler, but I'm not continuing this Icarus Inquisition mission right now. It's not the important part of why I opened this cave up. I'm just trying to get back home. But the swamp entryway is up there. It's like above the desert section of the cave. So if I follow the cave down this way, obviously this leads to the Arctic. And there's a cave entry here. And then if you want to get to the swamps, I would need more ramps than I currently have. But the swamps are basically right there. I'm like inches away from being able to get there. But again, I'm not doing the rest of relics at the moment. I opened the mountain pass. So I'll leave these ramps here for like future reference. I opened up the mountain pass so that I could, you know, get a shortcut back to the desert from the Arctic. And here we are in the Arctic. So let's just walk home. And it should be really easy to then move. Because I have blown up a path to the desert. Now, if you're wondering, the goal is to live as an oil baron. And a little spoiler, not a big one. There is no oil in the tundra. Oil is generally only in hot areas in the game. Is that true? Let me double check. Yes, in the volcanic region, in the desert region, are the only locations that have oil in Elysium. So I'm picking the desert just because it's closer to Eden, because the volcanic regions are farther than and more inconvenient as a result. So the plan is to move to the desert into one of the oil sands. And there's two distinct locations that have oil in the desert. And I'm going to move to the one that's more rich. The TLDR is that oil becomes a pumpable resource, kind of like the way water is. But there's only some very specific areas, kind of like the enzyme geysers. Oil is basically like enzyme geyser 2.0. Ooh, lily reeds. I don't have any of that. Or reed flowers, rather. Alright, my seed grinder has a lot of seeds to grind. And I want to get home with the fresh bananas, and fresh, well, I don't need coconut seeds, but the fresh bananas before they decay away, so that I can, and pears and agave. Now, the pears and agave aren't as important because they're kind of close to in the desert, but the bananas are really only in the oasis zone, which isn't super close to where I want to live. But regardless, the goal is to pack up the entire base, and this will happen next stream. Unfortunately, I ran out of time. But pack up the entire base and move into the desert with my two Tuskers hauling everything. So I think what I'll do is pack everything. I'll grind up the seeds now and then pack up the base, so that when I continue this series, I can just immediately start moving. Oh, I am not home. This isn't where I live. Character's been out, you know. Hasn't slept in like 24 hours, so, you know, he got a little lost. Happens to the best of us. So I'll go a little overtime just to pack up the remainder of the base. And probably to fetch the remaining titanium. So Pedersk, here is more concrete stuff. So Pedersk, because he has a lot of the construction stuff, will likely end up carrying seeds, because he doesn't have a lot of carry weight left. Right. A lot of the carry weight's been used up with construction stuff, so he'll be the seed carrier. Okay, at this point, I am gonna go grab the titanium after I take a drink. Go grab the titanium from my drill. I should repair my firearm. Seeing that the condition it's in. Didn't waste any bullets there. Alright. Fix. Fix. Cool. Bunch of dead Storka. Serves them right. Them bastards trying to bite me. So I'm heading over to my titanium drill. I'll repair the wind turbine, empty out the drill, and then we'll pack up and get ready. Thought this would have been faster. I miscalculated. Oh, and while the mission is active, because I'll just hide the Icarus Inquisition, it's not that I'm not going to ever do it. I will get around to it. It's just the important bit of opening up the path is already done. Icarus, because I'm leaving the quest open, has a, like, perpetual, like, marker on Eden, which is actually convenient, and then the marker of the swamp exit, which is also somewhat convenient for navigation's sake. You can see how much damage the storm has done to my stuff. Alright, time to pack. So I don't know if I'm going to have space for everything. So the concept here, I'll pack up the furnace last so that it can do its work. There's a bit of a priority list. Making sure that I pack the most important stuff first so that I can't, you know, if I do run out of room, it's not fatal or whatever. Oh, sounds like I have some worm squishing to do. Wind turbines get damaged now? They have always been damaged by storms. It's not a new thing. So some of the stuff here, like animal fat and guano, like if I have to leave it, it's really not a big deal. Some of the stuff that I have to construct, like for instance, this mortar and pestle is completely obsolete now that I have the materials processor. Obviously, it's like the non-electrical version of it, which still can be useful, but it's obviously loses a lot of importance. And then as a result, the things that I don't care much for, I'll leave in the mortar and pestle as a result, because I can make a mortar and pestle out in the desert like no problem. So things that just don't hold a lot of importance, I'll leave behind. I'll just drop into the mortar and pestle as like a catch-all for the stuff I don't care about. So fur, leather, Arctic pelts, oddly, because there's no Arctic creatures in the desert, are kind of nice to have. The other thing is because neither of my pets have saddles, I'm going to need to make sure that I am myself not encumbered. Because if I get encumbered, obviously I'm not, like, walking out anywhere. And let's make sure to feed you big guys. And then water you too. So the current priority is packing up the base. So even the basic water purifier is coming with me. Stone can be left behind, as can tree sap. Well, maybe take the tree sap if I can, because there's not a lot of tree sap in the desert. Agave can give you some tree sap, but not a whole lot. Take the masonry bench. And one of the big reasons to take like carpentry bench, masonry bench, stuff like that, is they cost a lot of wood to make. So anything that costs a whole lot of wood to make is important to bring with you, because there's not going to be a lot of wood in the desert. So having to like grind the wood back for this stuff is pretty costly. I think I'll be able to likely bring like everything I want. Like I just don't see... I see slots being the issue, not weight being the issue. So I'm not going to worry too much about weight, it seems. Alright, let's grab the ox bottle. And then the entire dissolver can come. I'm not worried about the oxite or the sulfur. They don't really matter. Seeds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can have the seeds on me because they weigh almost nothing. So, you know. And I really only need like one of each type. So the only thing I don't have seeds for is the prickly pear and the agave. And the reed. So I'm going to try to get one of each before I move out. Oh, and sugarcane, I guess. Ranching, let's pick that up. So if the mount dies, I can loot the saddle. Like, if the mount dies, I'm not, like, screwed, but it would not be good. I'd like to avoid that. Let's see. Oxide dissolver. Yeah, there's... Oh, so, yeah, this is the stuff that's going to go in the, for weight. So let's move this around. Fiber for me, and titanium, and platinum for you. And iron. And just sharing the load with all of the pets. And then making sure that, like, I'm the least encumbered so that I can, like, pick stuff up on the way there. Because, obviously, so these guys are full. And, what I'm going to want to do is to take as much of this stuff as possible. And then just prioritize, like, titanium over other resources. Steel is, interestingly, because of all the drones that are going to assault me, a kind of an easy resource to come by going forward. Because, the freaking drones are going to... They're a recurring nuisance. Everywhere you go, pretty much. Far less here in the tundra than anywhere else. But they're a recurring nuisance, and as a recurring nuisance, it means that the resources that they drop when you kill them, really easy to come by. Alright. Let's see. Anything on you? A little bit of organic resin, I'll ditch. Give you titanium. And combining stacks is also going to be important. So, like, there's partial stacks of titanium in 2 of them. And then partial steel stacks. I'm not intending to take more than 1 trip, so anything I can't grab, I leave. I just... it's not worth the 2 trips for me. Like, I'm even planning on... I can just leave the seed extractor once I have, like, 1 of each seed. Okay. I would like to bring the concrete furnace, if possible. Oh, I'm out of fuel here. Okay. So... And the fabricator. So, hey, seed. I'm going to put some aluminum in you. 1 gold ore. Some fiber. Okay. Anything in here I cannot live without. No. Not really. I'll take the shovel. And then everything else, if I lost, I wouldn't really care about. So let's pull this up. And give it to someone that has the weight. So I'll take berry seeds, and you take fabricator. And you have more weight, so I'll take lily seeds, and you take steel ingots. I'll take coconut seeds, and you take titanium ore. Cool. And then let's grab the furnace. So I still want the concrete furnace, because things like titanium smelt so slowly that it's really useful to have like 2 furnaces, in my opinion. Here we go. Got the furnace. Cool. So you look filled up of decent stuff. You look filled up with decent stuff. And yeah, I could be doing a better job here, making sure that I get like exactly everything or whatever. I'm not fretting about that so much. All right, so last thing I want is sugarcane seed, at least 1 to start like a new batch. Make sure to top up food. They're fully healthy. I'm fully healthy other than my lungs. I'll probably end up wanting the campfire, interestingly enough. And then the battery. And that's it. So I have space for the fire. And I just need to make a little bit more space. I'll probably ditch iron nails. Make a little bit more space for the fire. I don't need the mortar and pestle. It's obsolete. We have a mats processor, so mortar and pestle's old news. There we go. I've basically packed up the entire base. There's nothing here that I really care about. I'll take one more. There we go. Seed. And what I'm going to be doing here is setting them to defensive follow and defensive follow. And the concept would be to make sure to just be combat avoided. I'm not trying to fight anything. I'm trying to avoid everything. But if they do fight, Pettersk and Talpal help defend me. But there's not a lot between me and the desert. So it's just get to the desert and set up a base. But friends, this is where I'm going to leave off for... Oh, and the wind turbine. Yeah. All right. Before I end, because I know I'm going to forget that, let's also get the wind turbine. So I'm going to give up probably tree sap for wind turbine. Right. And I'm not even going to worry about the contact device because that's easy to replace. But the wind turbine is absolutely necessary. So there, yeah, all right, there we go. This is everything I need for the trip, and this is where I'm going to live off. Thank you for tuning in to Icarus Elysium, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow prospectors.